video today cleaning up my grinder. It's a single dosing grinder, so usually you don't have to do it, but what I noticed is sometimes it can get clogged up, especially with the stainless steel burrs. I'm not really sure if that was just the burrs or not. Right now I have the SSP high uniformity burrs installed, and I've noticed a lot less clumping. I do have a declumper mod installed up here, and yeah, I actually wanted to clean it more thoroughly today, so I'm going to use a vacuum and I'm going to lube up these threads. I'm going to clean up these threads because I haven't cleaned them before. And I saw a video where he said that you can just put some lube on it, and of course, you know, use some food grade lube. This is just super lube that I have laying around, and yeah, I think this would be fine. I mean, it's food grade, but also like the threads on the inside here are like right here. They're not in the burr carrier or like inside the grinder. It's on the outside, so you can probably use something that's not food grade, but you know, you can just pick up super lube for $4 or $5 at the auto store or home improvement store. So yeah, let's get to it. First, I'm gonna clean up this area from grinds, as you can see, and I moved all of my mats because I'm actually cleaning them. And you can actually see like the hard water stains over here, which I should probably clean up right now too. So I'm gonna make sure there's no grounds on here. I'm just gonna wipe it down real quick so I don't have to do it later. There might not be very many cuts in this video because I'm going to be pretty lazy, so I'm going to put down this towel that I use for coffee, unplug the grinder. I think I don't know which one it is. I'll just unplug all of them. And both of these are on a Wi-Fi plug anyway, so what's going on here? Why is this kind of stuck? There we go. Let's pull that out a little bit. It's kind of tangled. There's a beam here. Actually a lot of grinds underneath here, so I'm just going to use this to clean up while I have it moved. And you know, before I actually used to have felt feet underneath my grinder. But I didn't like it when it turned on. It kind of would twist a little bit because the motor was pretty powerful. But yeah. So we're going to pull this. I'm going to take this off. These are silicone bellows, so you can actually wash these bellows with soap if you really wanted. I just brush it off every now and then, and you can see right here. Hopefully it focuses. Let me zoom in so it's closer. All right. So you can see there's grounds here. I I put down the towel because I don't want to put this down on a hard surface and scratch it up. So I put down a towel, but also the towel is going to catch a lot of these grinds when I open it up. But what we're going to do here is, sorry, I'm just going to take a little brush. I have a little brush here. I'm going to push this into the slot. And then we're going to unscrew this. So this is counterclockwise. So this is unscrewed. Look at that. Hopefully it'll focus. There we go. See all those grinds stuck on the side right there? I'm just gonna put that off to the side for now. And let me zoom this in here. Look at that. So what I'm gonna do, let's move this back in. So what I want to do is I'm just going to take a vacuum that I have, a nozzle, and I'm just going to vacuum it up on the inside. I kind of prepared, but I didn't prepare, so bear with me here. Alright, it's gonna get kind of loud while I'm vacuuming. I'm just gonna use this attachment here. Show you guys something here. Really, this is the part that gets messy. So hopefully I can get in a good angle right here. Hopefully it'll focus. Oh, I should just pull this whole thing up. Come on. There we go. Alright, I'm not gonna have problems here anymore. So alright, so this is the nozzle up right here, and hopefully it doesn't want to focus, but in here this chute gets clogged, and I cleaned this out maybe a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and this is with the clump crusher mod. So with the silicone bellows, this chute gets clogged up a lot more, or not the silicone bellows, the silicone clump crusher. This whole area looks a lot worse than what mine looked like, and I clean mine, I would say once a month. Sometimes I get lazy, but most of the time I make sure to clean. And I'm getting that grease on me. But yeah, so you want to vacuum like these here with that nozzle attachment, because coffee does get in here. And then after you vacuum the majority of it out, if you're using like dark roasted beans, this area will in here will get a lot more clogged up. I think it's just because of the oil, but yeah. So what I'm gonna do, and what you'll see here. Let me position this properly. Is I'm gonna use a brush to kind of like brush up this area a little bit, because the vacuum does a great job, but you know, there's still some leftovers. Alright, now what I'm gonna do is, usually I would just knock this out, like these little, you know, this little like blockage here. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the vacuum on a lower setting. You don't have to. If your vacuum can do it, you know, you can do it, but you don't have to. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the brush here, and I'm just gonna, actually, you know what? I just want to show you guys here. Get in. Please focus. I think I need to readjust this to focus here. All right, there we go. All right, let me get here. So I'm just gonna knock some out to show you guys. So there we go. Hopefully you guys can see what's going on here. So this is actually not that bad. And even though this is like a single dosing grinder, you still need to maintain it. So you can see right here, like this came out, but there's still some that came out back here. And what I was actually gonna do is, what I think you should do is, while you're knocking that out, just turn on the vacuum and then start brushing it so it goes directly into here, so this doesn't have to get dirty. So if you saw me take my temperature thing right there, there was some coffee that was like really stubborn and stuck on the side there, so I just knocked that off real quick. And yeah, the clump crusher looks fairly clean. Sometimes what I'll do is, oh, will this fit in here actually? No, I don't think that'll fit. Ah, it's fine. The clump crusher, it actually gets buildup like on the little flaps. If you look up what the clump crusher looks like, or like a Mythos clump crusher, just Google it. they look like little flaps, and they will build up with coffee grounds. And I'm not sure if that's because I'm using the water droplet like a spray bottle, so it's kind of pushing wet grounds through. But I think no matter what, like there's always coffee oils, right, when it gets ground up. So I think that's just, you know, normal wear, like that's kind of expected. So that's clean. What I haven't shown is this part, which is pretty nasty. Here, focus for me. There we go. So yeah, I have this little, you know, indicator dial on here, so it's gonna be tough, but what I'm gonna do is, let me put you wide here, is I'm just gonna put this and start brushing it down. I think it's better to brush down so a lot of the coffee doesn't get in the threads. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm brushing. I should just be vacuuming this so it doesn't get as messy. Alright, vacuum it is. So you can see, even though like I'm vacuuming, like right here, you can see like there's hard spot, or not hard spots, but you can tell that there's like a lot of coffee buildup here in this area, and it's kind of dark. So I still think you need to brush that area. And sometimes it gets really tough to get out those dark spots, and that's okay. You know, like I said, you can just use something metal, but really, you know, be really gentle when you're like knocking those areas out. You don't want to scratch your burr. You know, these are, you know, really hard metal burrs, but still, they're expensive, so you want to be careful. This is fine. I'm not trying to go super ham on this thing. All right, let me try to remove this part here. There we go. Come on, my guy. Nice. I'm actually getting a 3D printer. I'm gonna print a different one of these. I actually bought this because I didn't have a 3D printer at the time. But I plan on doing something different. I plan on printing one that it's kind of like a tension. It's held in by tension. Because that gets kind of annoying when you want to clean it. So we have this, and then we have this. This is greasy. Oh yeah, the threads have grease on them. The inside has grease on them, and so does it right here. And I'm just gonna use this old thing that I use like coffee on. I'm just gonna clean these up since I'm just gonna re-lube it anyways. And you can see that coming off. Sorry, it's kind of sure the camera's kind of freaking out a little bit because the weather is kind of cloudy here. So yeah, I just want to make sure I get into these threads. And this is damp. This is just a damp towel that I have. And I just saw a video with Joe from Espresso Outlet cleaning out his grinder, and it inspired me to clean mine. I usually keep mine maintained. I'm pretty good at keeping my equipment maintained. But I haven't cleaned out these threads because I was kind of scared. But you should, especially like when you open up this grinder, and you know, like before I had it opened up on the side, and then when I opened it, all of the grounds got in the threads, and I kind of cleaned it, but I was kind of scared because there's lube, and I didn't know what I could lube it with. But I just kind of wasn't using my brain at the time, I guess, because I have food grade lubricant just laying around the house for my other hobbies. This little damp. Oh, that's a little more than damp, but all right. So really go through those threads. Make sure that there's no particles stuck inside. Then I'm going to use the drier side. After I've got that nice and clean. Because if the threads are, sorry, I feel like I'm kind of going on a tangent here. If the threads aren't clean, there's a lot of coffee stuck in between them. When you put it on like that, and there's coffee stuck in between them, it's possible that you can strip these threads. Like, these are pretty big threads, you know, they're not that thin. They look pretty good, but you know, you should just be careful. There's nothing wrong with having just a little caution. So I'm cleaning up this area right here also because there's grease on it. And I think I have the majority of those coffee grounds out. I just made it worse by using this brush, so I have to do it again. See, I go a little brain dead there sometimes, and that's okay. You just redo it. And there we go. Let's clean again. Hopefully I can get it to focus in here. Nice. So you can see right there, it's like super clean, no grounds. This is clean. This was kind of like dark. I don't think I showed it. You know what? While we're here, where's the clean side? This looks like the clean side. I'm just going to clean this plastic piece up here. And actually, this plastic piece up here, this ring, it comes up. So if you just heat up this ring, like let's say you upgrade your burrs or you align your burrs, when I aligned it, or when I put in my SSP burrs in here, my espresso setting was at 30 when my setting used to be like 13 or 15. So it was out of the espresso range. And I actually read this somewhere on Reddit where this piece here is a plastic ring. It's not a sticker. It is a sticker, but it's like thicker plastic. It's not just a cheap sticker. It's kind of thick. So you can lift this whole thing up. So what I did, I used a hair dryer and I heated up this ring just like this. I heated it up, and when I heated it up, I took a little razor. Okay, it doesn't want to focus. But I took a little razor, and you can see there's like a little edge on the outside right here. And I kind of tucked it in, and I kind of, was wedging it. And eventually it started popping up, and it's like and you can take this whole thing off. And I just re-zeroed my grinder. Sorry, that was a tangent, but yeah, I wanted to talk about it because I actually did a video. I did that video and I never uploaded it because I felt like I was rambling on too much, just like I am in this video. But here we have the Burr carrier, this one, the top Burr carrier, and then we're gonna clean. It'll focus like this ring on the outside. You can see how dirty it is. And man, that annoyed me a lot when I first got my grinder, is having grease all over my hands because this was lubed up. And it's fine, that's how it's supposed to be. But just fair warning when you do this. And I probably need to remark these because I have these marked for my alignment settings. Up really good here, so it isn't greasy. I put it back in. Should do this inside part right here. All right, that's done. It's clean. Everything is clean. This just has some dust in it, which is fine. I'm not gonna die. You can get pretty anal about that stuff, but it's okay. Alright, so here's the lube. I'm probably gonna throw some on my finger? Huh. I guess, yeah. Not a big deal. Just a tiny bit. This actually looks like too much. I think this should be fine for these outer burrs here. You don't want to put too much. From what I've learned from doing my hobby stuff, like working on some cars before, is that you don't ever want to put too much lube. It's never a good thing. Get them in the threads a little bit. Nothing crazy. And then I'm just gonna put them on the inside right here. Oh, it looks like too much. But it's okay. Shit happens. And I'll show you what you can do if you think you put too much. Actually, this doesn't look bad, but I kind of want to move it around. So. Sorry. So I have a little piece of towel paper right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to put that in here. Just kind of go around. That's kind of going to push around the loop. And then also what I'll do is no? Okay. I don't want to force it. Take this part here. Actually, I should have done this part with a Q-tip. And actually, I will. Let me All right, got the Q-tip. Just gonna go around here just like that. Perfect. Gonna do these right here, these little, I don't know, feet. I'm gonna take this Q-tip, just, nothing extra, just whatever's left over. Realign it, like that. And then I'm just gonna start putting it down. And what I did here, like why that was so easy, is because these are on springs, so you want to push this middle part down and then find the thread. You don't want to force it ever. So I found my threading pretty easily. And what I'm going to do here is that's all the way down. It looks like I'm zeroed out. And I'm going to open it again. And I'm going to apply some more loop. Just a little bit. I just want to make sure it's properly looped. Just take some of this. And I'm going to apply just like little dots here. Let me get a zoom in for you guys. Sorry, I need to adjust this. There we go. Just low. Okay. Got the zoom in. Is it in focus? Kind of looks like it. Sorry if it's not fully focused. So I have this, some blob of lube. I'm just gonna put these around. I'm just gonna spread it around a little bit. You know, there's nothing scientific about this. I just want to and you can spread it around like that too. I know I'm all over the place. I'm just doing this as I go. You can spread it around. It doesn't really matter because when you start spinning these threads on, it'll start spreading it around also. Then we'll just use whatever is left over to get these threads going on in here. Okay, that's perfect. Throw this away. All right. So I'm pushing down on this middle part, and you can see this drop a little bit. And it caught it right there. So much smoother. I'm so glad I did this. So there we are. I'm zeroed out. Everything is good. Just want to try to clean this up here. And if you have one of these, what I just noticed is, you know, because 3D printing is kind of imperfect, some coffee grounds get stuck on here, so I'm just going to wipe that down really quick. And I think actually I'm just going to leave it a little bit lifted. Let's bring it down. What I'll do is up to 30 and then drop down so it's kind of floating a little bit. Right, now I want to re-zero thingy here. Okay, that's on. I'm going to come up here. That's 0. I think my last setting was around 11. And of course when you clean it, obviously, well, not obviously, but you should know, when you're cleaning it, you know, because there was those grounds in there, it provides like a little gap. So if your setting is off just a little bit, it's not that big of a deal. Just kind of go with it. You know, you're going to be dialing in all over again. Just think of it that way. Every time you clean it, you're most likely going to be redialing in whatever being. Not, you know, it's not going to be a huge adjustment, but just so you know. I feel like this collar makes it so much harder to adjust. It was so much more smoother earlier. That's fine. It's not a big deal. Yeah. So there we go. That's a grinder cleaning. It shouldn't have been 40 minutes. I'm I'm gonna be real with you. It shouldn't have been 40 minutes, but it was. I'm just kind of anal about things sometimes. But yeah, that was it. Hopefully it helped you guys. If it helped you guys, like or dislike if it didn't help you. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I'm usually pretty good at answering them. And yeah, thanks. Later, guys.